All right, so if you're looking for the best loan apps in Nigeria with a very low interest rate, in this video I'm going to guide you through different loan apps in Nigeria, which of course you can actually use to borrow money in this country, and then you definitely enjoy the lowest interest rate. I'll walk you through the whole process and why or what people are actually saying about each of these loan platforms, and then you also see if of course you can go along with them, or if you can be able to abide with their terms and conditions and be able to borrow money from any of these platforms. Each of these loans have their own terms and conditions, and they all have different kind of interest rates. Of course, I'm going to show you what each of these loan platforms charge on any amount you actually borrowing. And of course, this is just a random interest rate, but it will be depends on how much you actually want to borrow from any of these platforms. So all you just need to do after downloading, or after you consider or decided on which one you actually want to go with after downloading it, then to put in the amount of price or money you actually want to borrow from this platform, and then the interest rate will be calculated before they disburse the loan direct to your bank account. So the first loan platform, which of course they offer a very low interest rate in this video, is T Loan. We have written an article about T Loan and how T Loan actually works, but then we haven't made any video regarding T Loan. So this will be our first review about T Loan on this channel. So we'll walk through the whole process and see what T Loan is actually up to all about, and then how much you'll be able to get if you try to use T Loan to borrow money in Nigeria. So T Loan have generated over 1 million downloads so far, and then the overall rating so far is actually 3.1, and the total review on this particular loan app is 5,100. And if you actually need to look into how much people are downloading this app compared to the total review and the rating, you might actually see that is a very lower side. But then sometimes you don't need to actually look into that. There are some people who might be able to borrow loan from this platform or any of the loan platform, and after they gotten the loan, they won't decide or like to drop a review about the loan platform if the app is actually good or not. But then most people that were unable to be able to borrow money on this platform, whether they face one or two challenges, those are the people that you say they actually just come down to drop a review, and most likely less than 5 star. So people that drop 5 star review are like people that are actually very honest, and people that the rating actually pops up when they just borrow the loan successfully. So if you scroll down, you also see with T Loan you can get a loan for up to 50,000 naira. And then if you actually check into the about app, so you'll be able to see more in-depth details about T Loan. And then what we actually need to do is to check on the detailed product description. So the terms structure is 91 to 365, which also means the loan tenor, and then the loan amount is you can get up to 100,000 naira, and the annual percentage rate between 12% to 30%, and loan service rate fall around 6% to 24%, and the monthly interest rate is 0.5%. No hidden fees and no transaction fees. So which means if you try to borrow up to 40,000 naira within the 3 month, which is hopefully 91 days thereabout, and a service rate of 6% and the interest rate of 0.5% per month. So the APR will fall around 12%, and that will be you'll be paying 43,000 naira in total when the repayment is due. So if you let me just explain this. If you borrow a loan for up to 40,000 naira, and it's just for 3 months, which is likely to be 91 days. So if you borrow that kind of amount, you are going to pay back only 3,000 naira, which means you are paying back 1,000 naira per month on 40,000 naira that you borrowed. So, but if you are unable to pay back within the agreed time, then the interest rate will keep on increasing. And if you borrow more than 40,000, it's likely the interest rate will drop. Most likely the interest rate will drop that less than 3,000 naira. And in some loan apps, the interest rate might actually be even more than 1,000 naira per month. So that is just what T loan will charge you if you borrow 40,000 naira. I believe you also see the interest rate is actually lower. So let's check on another loan platform which also offer a very low interest rate in Nigeria. So we also have Palm Credit, which also offer instant loan online in Nigeria. We'll also check in details about Palm Credit, and then we'll see what you'll be able to get with Palm Credit. Palm Credit is also one of the greatest loan apps in Nigeria. And trust me, the app has been in existence for a while, and people actually trust this app. It has already generated over 5 million downloads. The overall rating is 3.7, and total reviews so far is 151,000. That's huge. And then let's check on the about app so we can see more details about Palm Credit. So with Palm Credit, you can get a loan from 10,000 naira to 300,000 naira, and the annual percentage rate fall between 24% to 56%. We are going to explain that and then see what actually means, and then you also know if this Palm Credit is one of your go-to loan app, which of course you can actually use to borrow money in Nigeria. So, for example, if you choose to borrow a loan for 6 months, which is like up to 180 days, and let's say for instance you borrow 100,000 naira from Palm Credit, and they will charge you 4% per month, and the 4% will fall around 24% in just 6 months if you multiply that. So then the APR for around 48%, with the extra charges for probably 8%. So 180 days repayment due will be 24,000 naira, and the total repayment, which of course you'll be paying back, is 124,000. So which means in 6 months you'll be paying 24,000, and let's say in 3 months you'll be paying around that's 12,000 naira. Yeah. So in 3 months you'll be paying 12,000 naira. If you have to compare it with T loan, it's likely to be the same rate or probably little higher than T loan. So, but then if you also try to calculate, this is actually 100,000 naira, and then if you try to calculate, let me quickly do that. So, let's say um check on my calculator. So let's say this is 100,000 naira for 24,000 naira. So let me quickly make a calculation on this. 24,000 divided by divided by um divided by 3. So okay, 8,000 naira. Then for 8,000 naira divided by that's, I think that's 40,000. Let me divide 40,000, 100,000 naira divided by 2. That's I think the rates fall around the same amount, but the Pampay actually little more than Tilo, my own understanding. Because if I had to be calculating, it might be taking much time, which of course I don't want to take much of the time. So, but then if you had to calculate it, you will see there is a little difference between the two loan app, which of course you can trust any of them. But if you are trying to borrow 100,000 naira loan, I think you will literally have more of the things you actually want to use the money for. So the next one in this video is Mama Credit. Mama Credit is another loan platform in Nigeria, and I've already written an article about this Mama Credit loan platform, and also I would like to walk you through the details about this platform and how it actually works as well. So um, checking on the About app, so you can see you'll be able to borrow from 5,000 naira to 200,000 naira, and the loan tenor for around 61 days to 365 days, which means 2 months and then 12 months. So for example, if you apply for a loan of 30,000 naira in within 180 days, which is 6 months, and the annual interest rate is 50%, so the daily interest rate fall around um, um, 15% divided by 365, that's 0.04141%. And checking on this, you'll see okay, the interest rate is just 2000 for 214 naira. The total amount, which of course you'll be paying back, is 32,214 naira. Wow, I think maybe that's actually more favorable. But then, if you also look into this is actually 30,000 naira for 6 months. If you have to borrow more than 30,000 naira for 6 months, the interest rate will likely to be more higher. So if you choose a 12-month loan and borrow 20,000 naira, the charge will be 2.08% per month, and then the interest rate is 25%. They will charge you 5,000 naira as interest for 12 months, and the repayment period, the total amount to be paid back will be 25,000 naira. So I think all these are well straightforward, and for you to be more to understand more after getting this insight is to input the amount of loan you want to borrow to any of this app, and after that they will calculate how much the interest rate they are going to be charging you, then before you can proceed on to see if you would like to borrow the loan from the platform. So but then before you uh pull out to borrow money, I would advise you to always check on the interest rate before you proceed on to borrow money from any loan app in Nigeria. So these are the best loan app with low interest rate. In my own case, you can also find some other loan apps in Nigeria, but then I will advise you to go with any of these loan apps in Nigeria if you are interested in borrowing money with a very low interest rate. So if you have any question, you can let me know through the comment section below, and I'll be very much happy to reply to your request. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.